and off the machine. So the Group A riders are now in the waiting zone, and this is how they will line up for that race. It's Jim Lovell first with the 43.755. Ryan Tyers in second place. Rhys Stevenson third. Jack Bednarek in fourth. Chase Collymore and James Mostica in sixth position. Seventh is Ben Clucas from Jake Whittaker. Ninth, Dougie Craven. Chloe Jones in 10th position. Phil Dickens 11th. Carl Sanders in 12th place. 13th is John Buckle from Nathan Summers. Sebastian Barron, Ed Peed, Ben Ray and Ryan Clark in 18th. Unidentified rider a bit further back. 20th is Joe Woodward in Wareham. Chris Edwards, Jack Carter, Daniel Pearson in 24th position. And the riders now making their way out onto the formation lap for this first race of the day, Pitbikes Bears 160 Group A. In terms of the championship in the 160s, Ryan Tyers, your championship leader, on 395 points from Jim Lovell on 340. Realistically, I would say at this stage it's between those two. Jake Whittaker still an outsider on 247. Jamie Callan and Chase Collymore a bit further back, taking us down to fifth in the championship. But at the moment, seems to be very much a fight between Ryan Tyers and Jim Lovell in this race class. Certainly advantage with Ryan Tyers as the riders make their way through boot down towards the line. And we'll be underway with our first race of the day for the Pitbike Stock 160 Group A, in association, of course, with Pitbike Spares. Ugly & Co, Mini GP and Supermoto 140 and 50 will follow after this race for their first outing of the day. But the riders now taking their positions on the grid for this Pitbike Stock 160 Group A. Last few riders now going into boot. Once again here at Whilton Mill, a big group of riders. It's a popular circuit with the riders. As we said at the start of the programme, it's very centrally situated in the west of Northamptonshire here, just alongside the main roads, the A5 and the M1. So relatively easy to get through from all areas of the country. Only 20 minutes or so away from the famous Silverstone circuit, of course. So very much in motorsport country here at Whilton Mill. And there's always a exciting programme of 2- and 4-wheel racing here at Whilton. There's plenty of action throughout the rest of the year coming up. Riders are on the line now. Last few riders taking their positions. It looks like everyone is in place. And the Pitbike Spares Stock 160 Group A is about to get underway. Riders on the grid will be waiting for the green flag to drop. And one rider in trouble on the grid as away they go. So it's a clean start despite there is a rider lost the engine on the grid there. Seems to have got it fired up. And underway may have been Chloe Jones, but the rest of the pack make their way up towards Christmas Corner. Great start there from the 97 of Jim Lovell. Looks like Rhys Stevenson in second place. Here they come, piling into Christmas Corner for the first time. Will they get through safely? Very close indeed at the top of the hill, but they've all got through safely on that first lap. I think Chloe Jones has rejoined the race at the back of the field. Oh, a bit of trouble there on the approach to Zulu. One rider goes down, but doesn't look to be anything serious. Through boot for the first time, and Lovell is your race leader. Rhys Stevenson's got a great jump though in second place and starting to pressure as they make their way around the final corner. Rest of the top 10 make their way through boot, all very close. And looked like Daniel Pearson having a battle there in the midfield as they go charging through for the first time. So it's Lovell, Stevenson, Tyers in third, Bednarek and Mostica as the 1-2-3 of Rhys Stevenson. Great move down the inside going into Christmas Corner. And Rhys Stevenson, 1-2-3 is your new race leader. Down they go in towards Zulu. So Stevenson aggressively over the curbs there, down the hill through Zulu, heading towards boot. Jim Lovell drops to second place. Third is Ryan Tyers. The two main championship protagonists there, second and third. Here they come down towards the final corner. So Lovell leads, Stevenson second, Tyers third. Very, very close indeed. Let's have a look at the times as they go through. Just over half a second covering the top three. Starting to pull away now from the fourth place. Jack Bednarek, James Mostica and Chase Collymore. Just a little bit further behind. Let's have a look at the tyres now. He starts with Lovell under some pressure here coming down towards Zulu. Jim Lovell looking to certainly not keep the advantage of the championship here with the tyres as well. These two riders, the main protagonists in terms of the championship. Ryan Tyers, the championship leader, on 395 points. Jim Lovell second. So at the moment, Lovell just pulling a few points back on tyres. Things stay as they are, but not very much at all. And certainly Ryan Tyres will want to get through to second place, but won't be too unhappy with that third place if things stay as they are. Reece Stevenson trying to pull away at the front now. The 1-2-3 really has been the rider in form this year. The number 1-2-3 making a name for himself against some of the more established riders in British mini bikes. Tyres now, another rider there just trying to drift wide, coming in some of these slower corners with the aim of perhaps getting the faster drive. Oh, and Tyres lost the back end there. Oh, we just saw it again. It does seem it's cool today, but one or two riders being caught out by slippery track conditions there. Ryan Tyres very lucky not to eyesight off the bike. He caught that well, and Ryan Tyres momentarily dropping out of contention. He's still there in third place. There's the 24, or 27 I should say, of James Mostica. Fourth place, Chase Collymore up to fifth. We seem to have lost Jack Bednarek somewhere out on the track. Bednarek dropping all the way down the field. They didn't see him come off anywhere, or whether he's tired or mechanical issues. The race goes on, of course, but that means there's a change. Everyone else in the top 10 goes up in position. Mostica up to fourth position. Chase Collymore into fifth place. Ben Lucas, Jake Whittaker up to seventh. Dougie Craven, Phil Dickens and Carl Sanders rounding out the top 10. 11th is the 147 of NP, John Buckle, Sebastian Barron, Ryan Clark and Daniel Pearson further back. Now I saw a bike being pushed off the track there. I wonder if that may have been the 69 of Jack Bednarek. Just looking at this battle here for 8th position. Well, there's a stationary rider, that it's NP possibly, 147. Pointing at the track there, so this looks like Zulu. Now whether there's some oil being dropped on the track, we're looking at the centre of the circuit there has been some cement gone down already. I think that's where Dean Quincy may have come off the machine. Oh, that's Christmas Corner actually. No, that's a bit further, that's at the top of the track. So I believe that's the 147 that went down. Just on the edge of the top 10, that's the NP. They're pointing at the track, so whether there's some oil being dropped, of course the bikes have the catch trays to catch any sort of fluid and the bikes goes onto the side of the track. But so possibly an issue there. So NP down to the race at the moment, but the rider is okay. Still Reece Stevenson charging away just over 1 second ahead of Jim Lovell as we look at Chase Collymore now coming under some real pressure from the 84 of Klukas. Klukas running deep into Christmas Corner there, trying to get drive coming out of the corner, but Collymore looking very neat through that section down towards Zulu. Again, Chase Collymore aggressively going for those apexes, just making that bike in the right places there, making Klukas do the work here as Chase Collymore, number 7 on the bike, holding on to that 5th position. There's a rider in the infield there, appearing to be out of the race. Now that could possibly have been Jack Bednarek, but there is a rider just from the infield. The race goes on, of course, and Klukas starting to again trying to keep that pressure on. Collymore looks very quick through oblivion though. Still Reece Stevenson leading. There's the number 13, the rider out of the race. That's Scott McGibbon. Mechanical issues there just by boots, but McGibbon's okay. Just trying to get that bike back into life as we look at the 84 of Ben Klukas. Seems to be very quick through the Christmas Corner section. Keeping the pressure on Chase Collymore. Collymore riding very neatly here. Again, you just see him guarding those apexes, forcing Klukas to run wide to try and get some traction out of the corners, making Klukas do the work here. As we look at the midfield of 62, that's the 10th position rider, Carl Sanders. A little bit further back there with John Buckle and Ryan Clark. Still the battle goes on with the number 7 of Chase Collymore, and again, Klukas very quick through oblivion, and Klukas possibly lining up Collymore for a pass here, going into Christmas Corner. Collymore guards the apex, holds on to that position. Klukas is trying to get some momentum on the exit of the corner. Collymore guarding that line, still Stevenson leading from level. Ryan Tyres 1.2 seconds of drift in third place. Mostica a little bit further ahead of this battle in fourth, just going through boot now. It's Collymore still holding on to that 5th place as we look at the number 121 of Jake Whittaker being closed on now with the 51 of Phil Dickens. Those two riders trading positions here. Whittaker has moved up to 8th position, but 51 running wide on the final corner, trying to get the drive going down towards oblivion. And Dickens down the inside. Oh, he took the position there. So Phil Dickens back to 8th position as we look again at our battle for the lead. Now it looks to me like Ryan Tyres is starting to close on Jim Lovell. very close indeed for the leaders as they make their way down towards the finish line. Midfield making their way through. Chloe Jones has recovered well, up to 15th place after that trouble at the start, just crossing the line. Here's the leaders. Well, it looks like the Gibbons back on the track in the number 13. I think they're about to lap. It looked like the 23 of Chris Edwards, 89, so there's Sebastian Barron as well. The leaders going through into Christmas Corner, starting to catch up with the tail enders now. And Reece Stevenson, of course, Stevenson the leader here. He's got to fight his way through the traffic, and when they see those faster riders come through, they'll be more accustomed to letting chasing riders through. There's the 23 of Edwards, a lap down, and Edwards in 20th place. Look at this now as you head towards the final lap. There's the 177 of Ian Ware, lap down. Seeds the racing line to the leaders. Here they come, last lap, and any one of these three riders could win the race. 1 lap to go. Stevenson still leads. Lovell in second. 97 Lovell looks quick through oblivion. Up towards Christmas Corner they go. Stevenson knows the two riders are there, guarding the inside line into Christmas Corner. Lovell closely followed by Tyres. Here they go, 3 abreast down towards Zulu. Stevenson running wide through Zulu. Oh, he recovers well, takes the apex again. Forces Lovell to cede the line. Here they come into boot for the final time. It's Stevenson, Lovell and Tyres. Any one of these three riders could win. Lovell going a bit deeper into the boot complex. Stevenson guards the inside line. Pat Marcus move to one side, let the leaders going through. Here they come around the final corner, and it looks like Stevenson will take the win. Yes, he does, and he looks pleased with that one. Who can blame him, because that was a fantastic race. Reece Stevenson is your race winner. Jim Lovell in second place, Ryan Tyres in third, and they are a country mile ahead of the fourth position. There's the 27 of James Moster in fourth place. Chase Collymore taking fifth on the line from Ben Clucas. Those riders very closely down. Look at this, 51 and the 121. Drag race to the line there. Dougie Craven in seventh on the 74, but Jake Whittaker and Phil Dickens very close on a drag race again for 10th. Ryan Clark in 10th, just ahead of Carl Sanders. So some brilliant racing there in the final lap. Once again, we've seen some fantastic racing here with the British Mini Bikes Pitbikes Stock 160 Group A drawing to a close. We'll see those riders later on today